Hello, fans, and welcome to this week's edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. I'm your host, Ben Rosenbaum, as always, joined by the head coach of the Tigers, Laura Harper. Coach, a split this past weekend, so some good, some bad for the Tigers.
For sure, definitely progressions made this week. Proud of just, again, their continued resilience, and nice to see a home win versus Delaware. Wish we could have done what we needed to take care of business versus Drexel, but a lot of good learning opportunities.
Yeah, let's look at that Delaware game. Last time the Blue Hens, as a member of the CAA, coming into Towson, 62-48. India Johnston was phenomenal in that game, and I think kind of lost in Hottie having another good game, and India having the game that she had was Nay Staten with a very quiet 12 and 10 double-double. I didn't even realize it until post-game that she had a double-double, but let's talk about Nay. Ever since coming back, she's been that silent, kind of consistent, make plays, make shots, and she has great defense as well. She does it all for the Tigers.
Yeah, Nay is just a winner. She's strong. She's a mismatch for a lot of people, so it's nice to just see her settle into what we need her to be for our team, and she's coming off the bench hot every single time and providing just quite the spark there for us.
India with 23, that was one off, tying her career high. 2 plays back-to-back, she hits a 3, gets fouled, converts the 4-point play, then hits the same 3, I think 2 minutes later, maybe less than that. What was India able to do against Delaware that some teams have struggled, or have done, where some teams have done things to her to make her struggle, but she seemed like she was firing on all cylinders and she couldn't miss that.
Yeah, we were able to just hit a few overload opportunities to force their zone to make some decisions, and we set some good screens, and we just, India gets her feet set. She's phenomenal, so it's just nice to get her some clean looks.
How hard is it now that as more tape is out there and you play games and people know if you let number 2 get her feet set, she's probably going to knock a shot down. How hard is it to come up with different ways to get India open, knowing that people are going to try to prevent it?
Yeah, everyone knows that she's our go-to player from the guard position, so I think it's more of continuing to empower India to know how hard it's going to be for her to score, and just continuing to even sometimes press the issue a little bit because she's just such an unselfish player.
Looking at the game from a total, or backing out and looking at it from a wider lens, Tigers start off slow, Delaware a little bit of a quick start, and then you flip it on your head, or on its head, and Delaware only hits 3 shots in the fourth quarter. What did you guys do defensively differently throughout that game that started to slow? And we could see it coming. Delaware started to slow off as the game went on. What were you doing different defensively?
Ultimately, we're still trying to figure out how to start games. That's something that we have not figured out in conference. We're winning the second, third, and fourth quarters, and it seems like we rile up as it goes on. So I don't know if it's necessarily anything they were doing. It's just right now who we've been. But we got some confidence getting some rebounds. I felt like we got some really solid defensive stops. Kayla Morris just in the paint is blocking shots and giving us a lot of energy there to get going offensively.
Yeah, and you mentioned the inside game there, 47-25 in the rebound margin in favor of the Tigers, in what was a very physical game, and it was a rivalry game. Last time these two teams are going to play, or one of the last times these two teams are going to play. How did you feel about the way your team played and dominated inside with it being a physical, chippy game?
I was really proud of how we stepped up, and our team has been raising the bar every single day, every time out. That's why it's disappointing how, when we got to Drexel, but ultimately 47 rebounds. I haven't lost many games when we demolished the boards like that.
All right, going on to Drexel up in Philadelphia, a tight one, 53-49. You can really make that a 2-point game. They hit 2 foul shots at the end. Fought back. It was another slow start. Drexel comes out hot. You've said this many times throughout the year, how proud you are of the way this team fights and continues to fight. What is it about this group of players that they don't quit? We've seen many teams across the country in various sports, when they get down sometimes early, they fold it in. But if you look at the schedule, there are many games. Towson is right there at the end despite a slow start.
For sure, there's a level of resilience that I'm trying to empower them with, because I like to equate basketball to life. Ultimately, there's just going to be a lot of challenges, adversities, runs, highs and lows. So I think it's just really our mentality, and just extremely proud of the way that they've continued to work.
2 chances late. You have the ball with 30, turn it over. Force a turnover then with Samaya drawing an illegal screen, and then another turnover late with 9 seconds to go. Just what was kind of the mood after that, knowing that you were right there in another close game, and it was self-inflicted again?
I think the mood was disappointment. but it's still, we're right there. So just reminding them, look where we are. These are things in our control. So when we think about teams within our conference that have things to improve, I feel like our team is the one that a lot of this is in our control and we can continue to improve.
And kind of staying with that as we get closer and closer to March and closer to the tournament, do you, for lack of a better term, do you know who this team is yet? It seems like at times we see a team like we saw against Delaware and they're great, and then we see a team against Drexel where they play really well. It's just those close games have trouble finishing. It seems like this team is really capable of just going on a run at any time now.
I think I'm learning more and more about this team. I'm learning who our leaders are. I'm learning defensively what works best for us. I can't say 2 weeks ago I knew that. I just think we need to continue to put them in position so that they feel comfortable making decisions, confident decisions.
Well, the beauty of it, you get right back at it at home here inside TU Arena. Hampton, 6:30 on Friday, and then Elon on Super Bowl Sunday. Hampton, a team that you lost to earlier this year. You know there's going to be pressure. You know they're going to come out ready to go, trying to get you guys again. What has to be different from the first time and to now on Friday when you take on the Pirates?
Well, one, we can't start the ball game down 10 points. Two, we can't have 30 turnovers. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up.
And then Sunday is interesting, not just because there's a big game later that night, but there's also a very big matchup between two stellar freshmen, the future of this league, obviously, Hadi Lay for the Tigers and Jada Angel for Elon, both of them 4 Rookie of the Week awards. How do you have to try to make it for Hadi not about upstaging Angel and just playing her game, playing to get the Tigers a win?
Well, at first I thought you were talking about the Eagles in the Super Bowl. So
we'll get there.
I was getting excited to start, doing like this. But as far as Hadi's concerned, I don't think she has any idea, if I'm being completely honest. And I think she is a very naive freshman that just continues to learn and grow. And I think Hadi continuing to be herself, she'll show the dominance and skill that she has.
All right, the Tigers play 2 at home Friday at 6:30 against Hampton, and then Sunday at 1 against Elon. We hope to see you here at TU Arena. If not, Joe Matthews and I will have the game on Flow Sports. Coach, Super Bowl pick?
It's easy. It's the Eagles. I'm a Philly girl. I can't wait to see us bring it home to Broad Street.
All right, that'll do it for us today on the Tiger Basketball Report. For Laura Harper, I'm Ben Rosenbaum. Thanks for joining us, and as always, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.